What's going on, guys? Your boy RandomGuyKev here, and I am in Japan. Thank you to Lalax and Crytek for inviting me to the Crytek owners meeting, and Extreme Airsoft for supporting my trip out here. So, talk about airsoft in Japan. You can't talk about airsoft in Japan without talking about Japan first. I travel a lot, and this is the first time for me to be in this country, and people are different, the culture is different, and it's all about understanding other people and understanding what your culture brings over and then understanding their culture and making sure that you don't, disrespect anybody in any type of way. So before I came out here, I was trying my best to understand everything before, I interjected myself into the culture and just had an understanding of what's happening. So far, trip has been amazing. I love learning and talking to the different people out here. I mean, people are very respectful of everything, super polite and respectful. Like, it's like beyond. People will walk, you may cut in front of somebody, they won't tell you like move out the way. They'll just be like, kind of hover around you. But all in all, so far the culture and just experiences going around, taking the subways, a lot of walking, everything has been amazing. And I love that part of the Japanese culture. Is just, you got to be open-minded because it's completely different. I'm from the US, so New Jersey specifically, and going into New York, it's like very aggressive, everybody's but so far everything has been great and amazing.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nora, otherwise known as NonoCat, and I'm from New Zealand, and I'm currently in Osaka in Japan, and it's been quite an interesting trip. So we've been around, in the Kanto and Kansai region. They're quite different from one another, and to be honest, quite different from New Zealand, but we do feel like it's quite, more relaxing in the Kansai region and Osaka, a bit like New Zealand. Yeah, I'm excited to find more about it.
Hey guys, it's Scott Hollenbeck, came from San Antonio, Texas. I had to make a drive from Dallas to get to San Antonio for our flight, but I'm from Texas, that's all you guys need to know. Coming to Japan has been a crazy experience, still feels a little surreal. Around here, you gotta really watch your volume, I've learned, and as I'm a very loud person and very hyper, it's a little tricky sometimes. I gotta really watch myself, but I'm really enjoying myself here, especially how the culture is. There's so much to take in. There's a little bit of traditional stuff going on over here, more modern stuff going on over here, and I'm always car watching and I'm looking for some crazy stuff. Seen a few R33 Skylines and such, but
So I'm Romain. I'm NonoCat's videographer and photographer. We're both from New Zealand, Auckland. And about Japan, it's a pretty fast-paced environment. People don't seem to catch a break at all. It's pretty intense. Everything's really fast, and you gotta keep on moving. No time to stop anyway. It's just the lifestyle. So it's very different from what we are used to from New Zealand. And yeah, there was quite a bit of a culture shock here.
Hey everybody, I'm Jonathan from Airsoftology, and I am here in Osaka, Japan. And there are so many differences in airsoft in Japan, and just the culture, and just so many neat things. First, I gotta say, the first thing I notice is, I don't think you can get a bad meal in this country. There's nowhere have I been where the food just hasn't been good. I think the level of politeness, the culture, and the differences between the areas you travel, I mean, there's just so many things to experience here. But of course, the number one thing is the airsoft scene. I mean, this is absolutely the birthplace of our hobby and sport. And you really have to come here to experience it all, especially the airsoft part, to see what it's all about.
Hey everybody, it's Marck from Lilacs. Japanese culture is quite interesting, even for someone who's lived in Asia for a long time. There's a spirit and there's a sense of something very unique when you come here. It's one of the few countries in Asia that were never really truly colonized. Yes, they had some Western influences to it, but there's so much to Japan that is very uniquely Japan. There's some shades of Western civilization, the Western world here, but for the most part, they developed on their own, and there's an energy, there's a vibe here that is very unique to how they do it here. And it's almost like Asian culture refined and dialed up to 12.